Our latest Fox poll shows Biden is losing support with key groups. Look at this. Look at voters under age 30. He's down 14% compared to October 2020. That's a big drop. President of the New York Young Republicans Club, Gavin Wax, joins me again this morning in New York. Gavin, why are young voters abandoning Biden? Is it all because of Israel?
I think, on the left, you certainly have a divide in the party. Younger left-wing voters are certainly much more radical on the topic of Israel, and that's a massive political detriment to the Democrats writ large. But I think what we're looking at is an economic and generational crisis. I think they're struggling to get mortgages, struggling to start a family, struggling to start a business, move up the corporate chain. They're kind of a lost generation, so to speak, and Biden has not delivered on his many promises. So I think what we're seeing now is a pushback against the narrative, and I think you see many people coming over, at least, if not to the Republican side, at least being politically neutral.
But it's quite a change, isn't it? I mean, I think of young people, anybody under 30, I think of them as primarily geared towards liberalism. That's the way I think. But apparently that's not working this time.
I think historically the younger voters are always against the orthodoxy, against the establishment. I think the establishment, the orthodoxy today is thoroughly liberal, thoroughly left-wing, really. So now you're seeing a counterculture starting to develop that's a little bit more conservative, a little bit more free-thinking. Yeah. It's a good thing.
It is a good thing. I used to be a socialist. Next case. Speaker Mike Johnson says the city of New York wants to keep Trump supporters away from the trial. Watch this.
It's quite a spectacle, for people who have been there. They have cordoned off 5 blocks, and that's very deliberate. It's for safety, I suppose, but you could do that within a block. The 5-block perimeter is to ensure that Trump supporters are not allowed to be there. President Trump says he's frustrated because people call the office and say, we want to come and show our support, but we're not allowed to get anywhere close to where you are. That's for the optics of it. They don't want people to see Trump supporters there.
You think that's by design, Gavin?
Oh, absolutely. I think, having been down there myself, it's a absolute obstacle to navigate, getting through all the security, getting through all the different, roadblocks and barriers. I think they're certainly making it difficult for supporters to show up and let their voices be heard. But listen, you also have to take into account security considerations. So there's no easy answer, but it's certainly being used politically to deter crowds from showing up, crowds that would be showing support for the president.
Didn't you go to the rally over the weekend in New Jersey?
I did. It was historic.
100,000 plus or whatever it was.
It was quite a scene, yes.
Having seen that, do you hold out any prospect that Trump could win the state of New Jersey?
I think we've seen 2 public polls out that have shown him within 5. You factor in the margin of error. That's a state that would be described as being in play based on those polls. And look, I think this stop in New Jersey was brilliant because South Jersey, particularly Wildwood, the shore, this is within the Philadelphia media market. So you're still attracting a PA crowd. I would estimate 40 to 50% of the people there were or Pennsylvania residents, rather. So look, I think we can keep the Dems on defense, keep Biden on defense, let them spend money, waste resources, fighting to shore up support in a blue state. I think that's a great strategy. That's called going on the offensive, breaking a new blue wall. If anyone's going to do it, it's President Trump.
I wish you'd do a crowd pleaser at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, we all do. I think
10 or 12,000 people and get in there. I think.
Probably more. I think we'll stuff them in.
And he'd pack them in. I'm sure he would.
Sardines. It'll be good.
But can you imagine the spectacle in the middle of New York City, the belly of the beast?
Yes. The optics would be through the roof. I mean, look, these optics on the beach in Wildwood were incredible. I mean, it was like a beach rave. You saw people as far as the eye could see. The whole town was involved. It bled onto the boardwalk. It bled into all the bars and restaurants. I mean, it was an entire affair across the entire, town, city, whatever you want to call it. So we could do more of these.
The media concentrated on what Trump had said and picked him to pieces on what he'd said at that rally in New Jersey. My point would be that's a huge crowd in New Jersey.
In a blue state.
In a blue state. How many people could Biden attract if he had a crowd?
No one could have done a crowd like that. No one could have done a crowd like that. It was historic. I think it broke New Jersey records, breaking, I think, the last record set by FDR in the 40s or something like that. So it was amazing. I mean, look, the speech itself, the content of the speech, it was uplifting when it needed to be uplifting. It was serious when it needed to be serious. And it was funny when it needed to be funny. That's how he works. He's great on the stump. He gives these amazing speeches. He captivates the audience. And people love it. That's why they come there from far and wide. I drove down. Many others drove even farther to see him. It was an incredible show.
When are you running for office?
Oh, no, never, not soon, not anytime soon.
Don't say never.
But you'll be the first to hear if it changes.
You're on. Thank you very much, Gavin Wax.
Thank you.